Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today I'm with Brad and Brad Moore of Timeless Fence. And Brad, you want to kind of give me your title? What's your designation with this company?
Chief Cook and Bottle Washer. No, I'm the Chief Operating Officer and General Manager of Timeless Fence.
Okay, well, we're actually at the Timeless Fence factory here in Greenville, Tennessee. We're actually part of the Regenerative Agricultural Summit that's being held here in the 3 days that we've been here. Awesome conference, by the way. You all need to check it out. But anyway, we got a private tour. Brad wanted to show us the actual building here. And this is where Timeless fence posts are built. And so Brad took us through the production.
Or made.
Yeah, well made. They're actually using resin. It's powder. They have, well, have you got those?
Yeah.
So it's it's actually made out of recycled PVC windows. This is the recycled material. So it's actually ground up in chunks. Okay. And then so that would be the interior part of the post. Okay. The outer exterior part is this powder. It's just a ground powder. You want to talk a little bit about that, how you do that, Brad?
Yeah, so we use a process called co-extrusion. This involves two machines, two extruders, which are basically like giant Play-Doh machines. You put material in, you push them out. This core material goes through our primary line. It gets melted at about 350 degrees and pushed through a series of dies that form it into the T-post shape or H's or square tubes, whatever we happen to be making at that time. The outer layer of the post is this material called capstock. This material gives the post additional UV protection. Now, the core material is UV protected because at one point in time it was a finished vinyl window frame or a vinyl door frame. So it could be used all by itself. But because we use recycled material, we do get a variety of colors in from time to time, and so there may be some variation in one post to the next. So we put this capstock on the outside to give it a nice consistent look and added UV protection. So the life expectancy of this type of product is in the 40 to 50 plus year range.
I still can't overemphasize how stout a product this is. And the thing that really intrigues me is how you all have refined this process. There is no waste. I mean, we just walked through there. I'll give you an example. So when they have a piece of scrap, let's just say they run this through there and it doesn't form right, they can regrind this. You can regrind it.
Yeah, we just turn it right back into the ground material.
Right back into that.
And we put it right back into the machine, and we make a good part out of it.
Check this out. So they got a machine there that punches all these holes with one stroke, kapoosh. It pops out a little medallion. They go into a bucket. Those get reused. There is no way. Oh, and this, on the bottom at the same time, it sharpens the post. Those little medallions, they get reused. There's no waste.
That's right.
I worked in the fiberglass protrusion industry for 30 years. There's a lot of waste. Once it sets up, you can't regrind it.
Right.
It goes in the landfill. You're using product here, Brad, that would end up in a landfill, this recycled stuff.
Yep.
You're making a beautiful post that, to me, folks, I've been in this industry a long time. I've tried every post on the market. There's not a better post out there than Timeless Fence. It's tough, it's durable, it's got the weather UV on it, it's got the holes pre-punched. I mean, it's tough. A tree can fall on this. It'll bend over, the tree will make it bend over, but when you cut the tree off, it pops back up. And so it's just, I don't know. I've seen it, we've been driving, and you can use a steel post driver
Yep.
to drive it in the ground. So if you hit a root, if you hit a tree root, you're like, well, there's no way that's going to go through the tree root. If it's not too big, it'll cut through it. That's how tough these posts are. They're come in 4 foot.
We make them in 4 foot, 4.5, 5, 5.5, all the way up to 8 foot in length. So whether you're doing sheep or goats, pigs, chickens, up to bison, we have customers that are raising bison, putting it in with Timeless Fence and hot wire.
The holes, you can pick out whatever spacing of wire you want. There's 14 holes in here.
in this post, let's see, this is a 4.5 footer, so there's going to be in this post 10 holes.
10 holes. So you just pick out whatever wire spacing you want for your livestock. So for sheep, you want your wires at least every 5 to 6 inches apart for a perimeter fence. And if you're just running a single wire, you've got the post for that too. You've got
Yep.
that 4-footer.
4-footer.
And it's also got this beautiful little deal right here. So when you're driving the post in the ground, that arrow, you stop. So you don't have to take your tape measure out and mark them all and put a mark just so you don't drive them too deep. Just watch that sticker. It's already there.
Bury the label. That's what we say.
Bury the label.
Bury the label.
Yep. And I've put up a lot of these in some pretty rough terrain. The ultimate post you've got right here behind me, you make a lot of these.
What are the different inch sizes?
This is 1 3/4 here, isn't it?
Right. The one Greg's holding is a 1.5 inch. That post is going to be really good for use with smaller animals on perimeter fence or any animal on interior fence. Then if you've got cattle, if you've got horses, if you've got bison, we actually would recommend stepping up to our 1 3/4 inch for perimeter.
That's a beefy post.
It is a beefy post. It's got a great combination of size, strength, but it still maintains the flexibility that you would need if the fence gets pressured either by your animals or by something, a deer from the outside coming in and hitting the fence. And then we do have a larger post. It's a 2 1/8 inch. There's some down the hall here. Those are primarily used in areas where there's going to be additional pressure on the fence. So if your fence line maybe has a little swag to it, it's not quite straight, you've got a little curvature, you can stick one of those posts in where the wire is going to want to pull that post a little bit tighter. And the flexibility on that size, the 2 1/8, is not as much as it is on the 1.5 and 1 3/4. So it's going to be more rigid. It can
Yep.
hold up to that pull
Yep.
a little bit better.
Folks, when you're first getting your farm and you don't have a good fence on it, don't bring livestock on it. Go ahead and put you in a good perimeter fence, something that's going to keep your animals home. If it's against a blacktop, we recommend a minimum of 5 wires, maybe even 6. You can sleep good at night. For this high tensile 170 to 180,000 psi wire, it's the way to go. The galvanized,
Yep.
it doesn't rust. It doesn't have a barb on it to rip your clothing. It doesn't rip your animals up. But boy, when you put a good charger on it, you've got a fence.
Absolutely.
And you all sell the chargers too.
We do.
Yeah,
we
what
carry
else? What all do you sell?
Oh gosh, we carry a little bit of everything. So our mission is to be a one-stop shop for our customers. We want to be able to have somebody come to us with a land plot and say, this is my farm, what do I need? And we can sit down and we can lay it out for you. We can show you, here's where you need to put your corners. Here's what you would want to use for your gates. And we can put together a package that has everything from your strainers to your crimps to your
spinning
jennies, your wire, your temporary fencing supplies. You need poly braid, you need step-in posts, you need
Geared reels,
energizers, geared reels, Terragate geared reels.
Best in the world.
Yep, we carry SpeedRite energizers, we do Cyclops. We've really tried to partner with who we feel are the best companies in this industry. We don't want to sell the stuff that you can buy at Tractor Supply.
No.
Ooh.
It's temporary use. I had a customer tell me one time that Tractor Supply was good for 3 things: pickup trucks, puppy dogs, and ponies. And that if you're a serious grazer, you're not going to shop at Tractor Supply. And most people I know who buy their supplies at Tractor end up coming to somebody else
Yep.
because it failed.
Folks, we had a customer, we were on his farm, and he went and bought the cheapest high tensile wire. They had it on sale down at Tractor Supply, and he bought a whole bunch of this wire, and he brought it, and he fenced the whole farm with it. It was only 3 years old. It was all rusting. The galvanizing, it wasn't any good. Folks, get good wire. And if you cut a corner on fencing or water distribution, anything on a farm, it's going to bite you.
Absolutely.
It's going to come back and bite you. And I say do it right the first time and you're done with it. Enjoy life.
Buy once, cry once.
There you go. There you go. And it's a wonderful business to be in. But if you're out chasing animals in the dark, somebody hits one on the highway because you had a crappy fence, takes all the fun out of it right away. So you owe it to your animals, folks. Make them safe. Put in a good fence. timeless post. It is the best post in the world. And what I like about it is we are in the land beautification business because we're leasing farms. When you build a fence out of this, and you can bring a potential customer on, another landowner that you're trying to get a lease on their farm, show them these fences. Man, they're attractive, and that's a good sales tool. You want your fence to look nice. You don't want a crappy looking fence.
People pay big money for a vinyl fence. A vinyl rail fence will run you, well, a contractor told me recently with the price increases that they've had, $50 a linear foot for a vinyl
foot.
fence.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the same look as a vinyl fence, but you can hot wire this. And you can
Absolutely.
turn anything. If you've got goats, you can keep goats in with this.
A vinyl fence, a goat will run right through it and not even feel it.
Right.
Break it.
So will a cow.
Right.
Good chargers, good posts, good wire, good strainers, good. I mean, I've looked at what they've got over here. You were gracious enough to give me some of your daisies. And I'm like, that was kind of nice of Brad. He gave me a box of the
And
tensioners.
then they're called the daisy.
The daisies are the tensioners. I didn't realize what you gave me until after you left. And I pulled out our daisies. I'm like, oh my gosh. We got the Volkswagen caliber daisies. He's got the Cadillac, okay? I would call it a Ferrari. He's got the Ferrari of daisies. They're a good, solid daisy tensioner. Get them from Timeless. They've got the best daisies in the world. And your spinning Jenny, that's the first time I've seen it. That's a good spinning Jenny. It's made durable.
Manufactured in North Carolina, so it's another U.S. product.
Awesome.
You know, our high tensile wire is made in the U.S. by Beckert.
Yeah.
We really promote U.S. made products.
You had to put on another shift here.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, our demand has grown so dramatically over the last couple of years. 3 years ago, the building we were in, we occupied 15,000 square feet. Today, we're in 42,000 square feet, and we need more space. And we added a second production shift so we can run 24 hours a day,
Yep.
just to keep up with demand, and we're barely keeping up with that. We're adding more equipment so that hopefully we can use this winter time to build inventory, get ready for the spring rush,
Yep.
so we can take care of our customers more
Good luck.
efficiently.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, they really work at it, folks. And I like working with people that are passionate about what they're doing. And this guy and Brandon and Russ, I've met all you and the ladies today at the conference that work with you all. It's a great hard-working company. And so count me in. I want to promote this, and that's because they're good people to work with. So your website is
TimelessFenceSystem.com. Phone number is 800-788-4709. If you have any questions, call us. Go online. You can get a copy of our catalog. You can request free samples if you want to actually see a finished product. We'll ship you a little package that has pieces of the different profiles.
Yep.
So if you want to physically get your hands on a timeless post, it's going to be about this long, but it's going to give you an idea of the quality and the craftsmanship of what we're manufacturing.
yeah.
That's about the size.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
This
telling
is
you
about
what,
the right size.
folks, it's a good product. It doesn't rust, it doesn't rot, it's not conductive. And for those of you all that are contemplating, oh, it's a little pricey, I think I'll go steel post. Don't do that. Every steel post is a potential ground rod, and you will absolutely give up. You'll just sell your animals, you'll sell the farm and move back to town. Don't do that. Use a non-conductive, timeless fence post. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. Folks, hit that subscribe button on the way out, and we'll see you next time. Thank you all.